Look up at the night sky. It looks peaceful, doesn't it? But hidden in that dark space, there is a silent raging battle for one thing that matters most in the universe. Welcome back to Galaxora. Today we are going on a journey, a grand roadmap of the future that is equal parts terrifying and beautiful. Back in 1964, a space scientist named Nikolai Kardashev came up with a brilliant, simple idea. He realized you can measure how advanced an alien world is by looking at just one thing: how much energy they use. He called this as Kardashev Scale. So where do humans rank on this ultimate cosmic scoreboard? Are we a level 1 or level 2? Actually, we have not even made it to level 1 yet. We are currently at type 0.73. We still dig dead plants out of the ground and burn them to charge our smartphones. On a cosmic level, we are basically babies. But what happens when we grow up? What happens when humanity levels up? Hold on, because the higher we climb on this scale, the more godlike we become. Type 1 civilization, planetary mastery. To reach type 1 civilization, humanity has to do something that sounds impossible right now. We must capture and control 100% of the energy on Earth. I am not just talking about the solar panels on every roof. A type 1 world has completely mastered its home planet. In this future, the weather is not something you watch on the news, it's something you control. We would have the machines to stop hurricanes in their tracks, or better yet, funnel their massive winds directly into our power lines. Earthquakes and massive waves are a thing of the past. We would drill deep underground, tapping directly into the boiling center of the earth to power entire continents. We would catch every single ray of sunlight that hits the sky. To people like us today, type 1 society looks like a magic. There is no poverty because energy and the things it builds is endless. We finally become the true masters of our home. But eventually, even the entire earth won't be enough. To keep growing, we have to look up. Type 2 civilization, the Dyson Sphere. When the earth runs out of the juice, we move to the ultimate battery, the sun. Welcome to the type 2 civilization. A type 2 world can capture 100% of the power coming from an entire star. How do you do that? You build a machine so giant it breaks the human mind. It's called a Dyson Sphere. Imagine a cloud of millions, maybe billions of giant mirrors orbiting the sun, catching every single drop of light before it escapes into the deep space. At this stage, humanity's power is almost impossible to imagine. We would not just be surviving, we would be unstoppable. If a giant space rock threatened the earth, a type 2 civilization world could simply use a laser powered by the sun to melt it, or literally move our planet out of the way. We would have the power to build brand new planets from scratch, but even a star will eventually die, and a type 2 world is far too ambitious to go down with the ship. Type 3 civilization, galactic architects. If type 2 civilization is mastering a star, type 3 civilization is mastering the galaxy. We are talking about expanding our reach across 400 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy. At this stage, humans are no longer just flesh and blood. We might be minds living inside giant computers, immortal machines, or something we can't even dream of yet. A type 3 world treats the solar system like stepping stones. They jump from star to star, building giant mirror shells around millions of them, creating a galactic empire connected by space shortcuts and super fast ships. But this brings up a terrifying question. If the universe is so old and reaching type 3 civilization is possible, why have not we seen anyone else do it? Where are the alien empires? Scientists call this as the great filter. It is the idea that something always wipes out a civilization before they can reach type 3. Maybe it's a war, maybe it's a rogue computers, or maybe it's something waiting for us in the dark. If we can survive and become a type 3 civilization, we become the kings of the Milky Way galaxy. But the scale doesn't stop there. Type 4 civilization, universal gods. We have officially left Nikolai Kardashev's original idea behind. We are now entering the world of pure science fiction. A type 4 world controls the energy of the entire universe. They don't just harvest stars, they harvest giant black holes. They capture the energy of the biggest explosions in space. At this level, the rules of nature are basically just suggestions. A type 4 society could bend the fabric of reality itself. They could change how gravity works, speed up or slow down time, and mold the universe like a clay. To a type 4 world, we would not even look like ants. We would look like microscopic bugs. They could be watching us right now, and our brains would not even be big enough to understand how they are doing it. They are basically universal gods. Type 5 civilization, stepping between universes. What happens when you conquer a universe? Type 5 civilization is the ultimate crazy peak. A world at this stage has outgrown their universe. They have learned how to use the power of multiple realities. They can punch holes through different dimensions, stepping from one timeline into the another. Even crazier is a Type 5 world might be able to build custom universes from scratch. They could design a universe with completely different rules just to see what happens. Some thinkers even argue that our universe with this perfect gravity and perfect conditions for life could just be a video game for a science experiment sitting on the desk of a Type 5 civilization being right now. At level 5, you are not just living in the reality, you are creating it. The human connection. From digging up the coal to building custom universes, climbing the Kardashev Scale is the biggest story never told. Let's bring it back down to the earth, back to Type 0.73 civilization. We have a long dangerous road ahead of us. To even reach Type 1 civilization, we have to survive our own weapons, our own mistakes, and whatever the great filter might be. But every time we launch a new rocket into the space, every time we invent a cleaner way to make the power, and every time we look up and wonder what's next, we are taking a small step closer to that ultimate goal. We are the universe waking up and looking at itself, and our story is just getting started. Which level on the Kardashev scale scares you the most? Are we going to survive long enough to reach Type 1 civilization? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this cosmic journey, hit a like to this video. Share this video with your fellow space lovers. Subscribe to Galaxora and turn on notifications so you never miss a trip into the unknown. Until next time, keep looking up.